on the baseline, like it could take a very long time to put them in a position where the price is just so high it squeezes, right? Like from here, the low of like 112 or whatever that was, 118. Now with our low dipping at like 168 over the year, that's a $40 improvement on the floor, or $50 improvement on the floor, right? But different things can change that, right? That could shift dramatically. Like if DRS hits a level high enough, like enough percentage of the float is DRS'd, I could see that shift happening more dramatically. No, I think it can hit millions per share. I think the short interest is big enough. Yeah, it could. I mean, if people ignore the opportunity presented by this run in January, then yeah, it could drag out a lot longer. Everyone thinks it's so easy to break these big hedge funds, and it's not. Yeah, they have between them, trillions in assets under management. GameStop is, even at $215 is a blip. Worst case, Thor goes up $50 a year. Well, more than that over time. Yeah, it's consistent, right? It's exponential. So the increase increases the longer time goes on. Yeah, I'll keep doing this if it doesn't happen until it does. Theoretically, DRS speeds up this process. Yeah. As soon as enough, I think, as soon as we reach there'll be like a point at which there is enough DRS that you will see an acceleration. Because at these moments where they need volume, that's right now when DRS presents the biggest threat. These moments where they have to cover, like if you look at our run on Wednesday. Okay, Visa's bouncing. No, hold on. I just need to see if this is turning around. Okay, is the SPY turning around? No. Maybe I just cut this. Hold on. So if you look at our run Wednesday, right? We went from like 200 to 255.69, right? And we did this on it was like a little less than 3.5 million volume. If you look at this run on August 24th, we went up $70 on, I believe it was, how much? 12 million volume. I think that's where you see the effect of DRS the most. Is that on these runs, when they need the volume, when they have to cover, because like not enough is DRS'd for just the floor to rise faster, right? Like you need a lot to prop the floor up. Now it's increased a little bit compared to the standard slope. Like the slope has deviated slightly since like DRS was kind of started right around here till now. That there is a bit of an increase in the slope, which increases the exponential value over time, but I think where we see DRS play its most important role currently is when they have to cover, when they need to find volume and a percentage of the float is missing. That's $5 I'll never get back. I read it. Is your DD coming out within the next 2 weeks to try to let more people know what's possibly coming before the November spike, or still having writer's block issues? It's not so much just the writer's block. It's hard. It's a lot of really complicated, like, you guys have hours and hours and hours to listen to me. And so over time I can get the point across to you. But it's hard to put all of those complex market mechanics into one DD and have people make sense of it. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I understand it well enough to explain each facet separately, but putting them all together really makes it very complicated. That, and I'm moving, right? Which is just a pain in the ass. I mean, I held AMD for years. Would it be illegal? Why would they do that, Abia? GameStop's not going to count their... I mean, I don't think Computer Share would give them the information. Maybe? I don't know. Gabe Newell. How many years are you willing to wait for the squeeze? Is there a point where you could reduce time spent on GME and more time with day trading other stocks? I guess. I mean, if it really just comes down to like waiting for these cycles,